Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a healthy, skin-friendly cup of coffee using a Chemex. Now the way you brew, the materials you use and the coffee beans you choose can have a huge impact on your digestion, on your skin and overall health. And brewing with a Chemex makes it possible to create a clean and healthy coffee at home. But before we start brewing, I want to quickly walk you through some important tips to make sure that you get the best results. So let's get started. First things first, you need good coffee beans. Whole beans are best because you can actually see what you're getting. The size, the color, consistency, even the smell tells you a lot about quality. Avoid beans that are too darkly roasted. Dark roasts can taste bitter, be more acidic, which can irritate your stomach and sometimes create unwanted chemicals, which is definitely not ideal if you care about your health. When you buy pre-ground coffee, it's easier for roasters, especially low-quality ones, to hide defects like older beans or even fillers. I recommend choosing organic coffee or coffee that has been independently tested for pesticides, heavy metals and other toxins which can harm your gut, and this can cause problems for your skin and overall health. And go for single origin or small farm coffee, which means that it comes from a specific farm or region, making it easier to trace quality. And, if you can, look for fair trade labels to support the farmers. I also want to add a quick note about decaf, which can be a great option depending on how it's processed. While some decaf methods rely on chemicals, Swiss water processed decaf uses only pure water, keeping the natural flavor and antioxidants intact. So look out for that one for peace of mind. If you buy whole beans, you need a grinder at home. I use a manual grinder, but there are automatic ones too. Just make sure that it has adjustable settings. For filter coffee in a Chemex, aim for medium coarse grind. And grind your beans just before you brew to maintain their freshness. I use natural filters to brew my coffee. Natural filters are made from unbleached paper, meaning they haven't been chemically treated to remove the natural brown color. And I prefer the natural filters because they're closer to nature, but both natural and good quality bleached filters are perfectly healthy. Modern bleached Chemex filters use oxygen-based bleaching, not chlorine, so there's no health risk or harmful residues, making them perfectly fine to use. I love the Chemex because it's made of glass, meaning no plastic or metal can leach into your drink, especially with heat, which can mess with your skin and overall health. You will also need a kettle. I use a stainless steel kettle with a thermometer and a swan neck spout. Ideally, glass would be even better, but they're very hard to find, especially with a thermometer. Still, if you can find one, glass would be the healthiest choice. And now with all that in mind, let's make some coffee. First, fill your kettle with water and heat it to around 92 to 95 degrees Celsius. Next, measure out 12 grams of coffee beans. I'm using a Swiss water processed decaf made from Arabica beans. Then, grind your beans. Grab your Chemex and the filter. Open up the filter and place it into the Chemex. Traditionally, the thicker side is placed toward the spout, but honestly, it brews just fine either way. Once your water is around 92 to 95 degrees Celsius, pour a fair amount into the filter to rinse it out. This helps reduce the papery taste that can sometimes come from the filter. It doesn't remove it completely, but it makes a noticeable difference. It also warms up the Chemex, which helps with better brewing temperature control. Swirl the hot water around inside the Chemex and pour it out. Next, add your freshly ground coffee into the filter. Then gently and evenly pour a little bit of water over the coffee. You'll notice bubbles forming. This is called blooming. Let it bloom for about 30 to 45 seconds or even up to a couple of minutes. I found it can make a difference in taste. Then slowly and evenly pour the rest of your water in circles. Don't rush it, this helps create a smoother flavor. I usually pour until the water level reaches the bump on my Chemex, giving me about 300 to 350 milliliters of coffee for 2 cups. Once the water has passed through, remove the filter, toss it out, and pour the coffee into your cup. I either drink it black or sometimes add 1 teaspoon of cane or beet sugar. For the healthiest option, use a ceramic cup and avoid metal or plastic ones. Metals can leach small amounts into your coffee, and plastic can release microplastics and other harmful substances, especially when exposed to heat. And that's it. This is how I make my healthy and skin-friendly coffee using my Chemex and good quality beans. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who loves coffee but doesn't know how to make a good one that supports their health and skin. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.